guys. Well, I got a bit of frustrating news. So, when I was running the brown truck, or my truck, I just call it that, it's my Ford 7.3 Power Stroke. As you can see, there is a severe transmission fluid leak that I think is caused by a dry rotted transmission line or something wrong with the transmission. I hope it's just a dry rotted transmission line, but I know it's not engine oil because I smelled oil, or did I say oil? I smelled transmission fluid when I was running it, and I was like, there's something wrong. And I know it's not engine oil because if there was an engine oil leak, let me take the engine oil line out. See how there's still plenty of engine oil? If there was an engine oil leak, we'd be losing oil like crazy. Let me just put the and if I go to start the truck, which we're gonna do right now, let me just set the cap on here, because it'll tell us whether this engine is healthy or not. If I go to start the truck, and key signs of a bad engine in one of these is low oil pressure, serious crankcase pressure, and lots of smoke coming out of the tailpipe, which this truck is having none of those issues. Let's start the truck, and I'm only going to start it for a very short amount of time. See how the engine oil pressure is very high? That means this engine is healthy. A little bit of smoke. These are key signs that this engine, there's nothing really wrong with it. Because if there was something wrong, serious, that or signs that we need to rebuild it, the oil pressure would be pretty low, and the cap would have blown right off when I started it. Like, yeah, the cap would have blown right off. And so, yeah. And if I go to kind of smell the exhaust a little bit, or the tailpipe, if it was oil, if it was engine oil, it would smell like engine oil, and it smells like diesel, which, if it smells like diesel, like just the regular diesel exhaust, not diesel fuel itself, if there's actual diesel coming out, then there's something, you might have a leak, you might have lost an injector tip, which is really bad, but, or you might have a leaking injector, but there's no diesel out, it's just regular, it's a totally healthy, and so I know there's not really anything wrong with it, because, at least with the engine. As for the transmission, we might have a serious problem, and I sure would hope there's not anything seriously wrong. I know a lot of my videos have been about this truck lately, but yeah. Do keep in mind though, it's a 22-year-old truck, and it's got 296,000 miles on it, so it's been driven it's old. In other words, it's just old. I think, to be honest, it's probably just the truck's age, and it's really probably just the age of the truck. These tires look a little bit like they're dry rotten, so, or actually no, I don't know. Is that dry rot, or is that just, no, that looks like it might just be something on the tire. Either way, yeah, it's probably, it's probably just the truck's age, and so yeah, but it's not smoking like crazy, which is what it would be doing if it was burning oil. It smelled a lot more like transmission fluid, and I think I was getting the transmission, I think the transmission got kind of too warm or something, somehow, and so, it probably just, either the transmission is bad, or I busted a transmission line somehow, which shouldn't have been happening. Yeah, I think it's just, in all honesty, it's probably just age, and the fact that that a transmission line was probably dry rotted or something. That's what we think, at least, is the transmission line got dry rotted, but we might have a bad transmission, unfortunately, and I would hope not, but that might be the case, unfortunately. And that would be really unfortunate, because that's a really expensive thing to fix. Alright, that is it. Thank you for watching.